we don't have rent before. So we are going to create a column for rent. We'll create a column for rent and post that transaction there. So the same method equal to use your arrow key to pick the figure and press enter. Then we have staff salary. This will go under salaries and wages. We have SMS alert, which is bank charges. The next item is goods sold income. The next item is staff birthday. Staff birthday, something like that falls under staff welfare. So you don't create a colon and call it staff birthday, an expense item. All of these fall under staff welfare. So the next thing you have, you and remember, you always save your work. You are working with Excel, so you have to save your work. Then the next thing you should do is the next item we have here, sorry, is carpentry work, which falls under repair and maintenance. So whenever you see all of this carpentry work, plumbing work, purchase of they fall under repair and maintenance. So like I said, you have to be creative with your expense head. You cannot just put carpentry as an expense head. If you are going to be doing that, that means for every transaction you have to be creating an head for it, an expense head for it. So you just have to be creative with your analysis. Then another thing we have here is staff salary, which fall under salaries and wages. We have SMS alert, bank charges. Then goods purchases. So we have purchases before. We are going to post it there. Purchases. Goods sold under income. The next item is office chairs and table. This falls under, so chairs and tables are assets, right? So this is an asset and it falls under the furnitures and fittings class of assets. Furnitures and fittings class of assets. So we can furniture and fitting, you can the short form of it is F and F. So when I say F and F, I mean furnitures and fittings. So I'm going to post that transaction there. This is an asset to the company. Then we have staff salary again. Salary, then SMS alert, bank charges. The next item is goods sold, which falls under income. The next item is plumbing works. This fall under our repairs and maintenance. Our repair and maintenance. Then we have impress. Impress, like I explained, is for petty cash or petty expenses. So the next item we have here is office book and pen, which is this is stationery. So you can't type office book and pen. You have to be creative. We have stationery. You can classify it under stationery. So office book and pen under stationery. Then we have staff salary again under salary and wages. Next we have SMS alerts. The next expense here we have is accounting fee. So you can either call it accounting services or professional fee. Like the expense head, you can actually classify an accounting fee for. So this accounting fee is when a company is outsourcing its accounting services, right? So I'm going to create another column and classify it as, let's say, professional fee. Professional fee. So I'm going to post that transaction there. Then the next item we have goods sold. This fall under income. Under income. Next we have loan. So loan, we don't have a column for loan, and loan is a credit item. So I'm going to create a column before purchases again. so that all my credit item will be on the same side, all my debit item will be on the same side. So loan, we have loan.
She'll be like,
Then the next item here we have staff salary, right? Which will go under salary and wages. We are almost done. Bank charges, goods purchases, this fall under purchases. We have insurance premium. So insurance premium you can create is a standalone expense. You can create a column for it known as insurance. So it's a standalone expenses that you can create a column for it. So the next item here is transport. So we already have transport, a column for transport and traveling. Then the next item we have goods sold under income. Next we have staff salary, which will fall under salary and wages. Next we have bank charges. The next item we have mega chicken restaurants and water. So something like this, is probably there was a welfare package that was done for the staff or the director. So this will go under staff welfare. So we have airtime. Airtime will go under telephone expenses. We have office generator. Office generator is another asset known that falls under the office equipment class, not furniture and fitting. So you have to know the various assets. Please, if your mic, please, if you check your mic, if it's not muted, please mute your mic. So we have office generator. This falls under office equipment class of assets. Office equipment. So you need to know there are different class of asset. We have furniture and fittings, office equipment, we have plants and machineries, we have motor vehicles. So you need to know the various assets that falls under this um different class of assets so that you'll be able to categorize your assets adequately. So the next is office, which is the office generator. Next we have goods sold. This will come under income. So printing machine is also an office equipment. This is also an office equipment. It's an asset to the company. Then we have staff salary, which falls under salaries and wages. Next we have SMS alert, that's bank charges. So that is our last transaction. We have less than 15 minutes already. So I'm going to show us how to come up with the next thing. Now, after you finish analyzing your bank statement, the next thing you want to do is to come up with a trial balance, right? Because mind you, when you want to prepare a financial statement, the rules still remain the same. It is from your trial balance that you can actually prepare a financial statement. So you want to come up with a trial balance regardless of whether it's an incomplete record or not. You must come up with a trial balance. So the next thing we are going to do is to come up with a trial balance. So how do we do this? Now, after analyzing, you need to sum up every transaction. So how do we do that? So we'll go to the first item that we have here, which is our opening balance. The first category we have is our opening balance. So I'll go to the last line, the last transaction, and type and click on a cell after the last transaction, type in equal to. So I want to sum every transaction that falls under opening balance column, right? So I'm going to click on type in equal to, use my sum function. Please, if you don't know how to use Excel, you need to learn how to use Excel. If you have to be successful with this, you need to learn how to use Excel. So we are going to be using our sum function, and we type in sum, open brackets. Now you are going to click and drag this. Like I said, you need to understand how to use your Excel functions. So, and so with this, I have sum up my every items on the opening balance. So because there is no much item, it was just the first item we chose, which is zero. That's why it's showing zero. So if I'm to now, I'm going to populate the others. You can be doing it one after the other, equal to sum, open brackets, click and drag all of the cells under that column, close bracket and press enter. I can be doing this, but this is actually time taking. So what I normally do is to bring my cursor, click on the last item that has the formula already, bring my cursor downward, click on it, and make sure it shows this plus sign that we are seeing on the screen. So once it shows the plus sign, press down your mouse, your laptop mouse, and click, drag to the to the right now, so it can autofill other columns. So this is an Excel function that you need to know, but you can be doing it one after the other if you don't understand this point, but it's actually very simple. So now I've been able to sum up all the columns that I created. I've been able to sum every transaction under all columns. So the first thing you need to do after analyzing is to sum all the columns under every headings that you created. So next is to create a new sheet. Create a new sheet, and you can title it trial balance. So I think this is where we'll stop tonight after creating the trial balance. Then tomorrow we'll continue from here. So I'll create I create a new sheet still on that same workbook, and I titled it trial balance, right? So the next thing I want to do is to, there's a structure of trial balance. So what is the structure? We have our description, we have description, we have description, description, debits. The next debit comes before, then you have your credits, right? So this is the structure of a trial balance. So it is expected that your total debit must be equal to your total credit. That's how you know your trial balance has agreed. So now that we have the structure, we need to go and bring in our transaction from our analysis. So this is what we'll do, starting from the first item or the first column we created, which is opening balance. So we'll go to our trial balance. So you can use your equal to and bring the items to your trial balance sheet. How do you do that? Just the first column or the first cell underneath the description, press equal to sign, go to the analysis sheet, and pick the click on the title of the column that you want to pick, which is opening balance. As you can see, it's already showing some sign that okay, this function is telling me to pick this item. So once you do that, you press enter. So you can see it has bring in the opening balance here. So I'm going to do same for everything. Now you cannot do click and drag on it because we have is not column by, this is column versus row. So I didn't mean they are the same thing. I can click and drag and bring everything together. So I will have to be picking them one after the other, equal to, I'll go to the analysis sheet and click the next item like that. So the next item is telephone expenses, salaries and wages, equal to bank charges, staff welfare, So this I would do for everything. Then we have petty cash, trial balance, sorry, transport and traveling. And to say. Then the next item is rent. The next item, so we have 7 minutes more. Let's see what we can do with this. Um so we have F and F, stationery. So we have professional fee. Next we have let's see how many is remaining. Okay, two more, insurance and office equipment. So this is the last one. So the next thing we want to type after bringing all of this thing, you type in closing balance. So this one you are going to type it closing balance after bringing all the headings of what you analyzed on. So then after closing balance you have your total. After, so these two items you are going to type it closing balance and total. So I'll show you what we are going to do there. So the next thing is for us to be bringing the figures the same way we brought in um the the headings. That's how we are going to do. So now remember, all of this item, opening balance, share capital, income, loan, they are inflows that came into the bank, right? They are inflows. So when we are bringing in their figures, we are going to put it under credit because it was actually under credit on the bank statement. So we are going to bring in their inflows under credit. So this is what I'm talking about. So opening balance, I'll go under the credit side, click equal to, or type equal to, sorry, and go to the last column, which is the point where we summed, and choose the amount there. So you can see it has bring in the amount that we have there. So the next one is share capital, 1 million. Income, we'll do the same thing for income. So this is the reason why I said I like all of my I prefer all of my credit item to be in one space and the next and all debit item to be in one space. It will make your work organized. So the next item is purchases. So these are where this is where our debit item started from purchases to office equipment. So um so we'll start picking it as well from purchases. So our debit item will start from purchases. Why is it under debit? Because these are money that went out of the accounts. These are outflows, cash outflows. Why are these under credit? These are cash inflows. That's the difference. That's why we are putting this under credit. It's the same way it was in the bank statement. That's what we are bringing here. But we want to come up with a trial balance. This is what we are trying to do here. So we are short of time already. Does anyone I think we will have to continue from here tomorrow. But so far, does anyone have any question or any concern that you would like me to address? Thank you. So does anyone have any question? I believe it's thank you, thank you. So does anyone have any question? Thank you, Favor. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Firstly, I would like to appreciate you for the class. Thank you very much. But my question is, in a situation whereby you have multiple transactions, instead of us typing it manually, because it's going to take time. Of course, it's going to take time. Is there a way we can do it like automatically? That It's very fast.
There is
So
no
that's my
shortcut
question. And
to
also,
it. That's the thing. There's no shortcut to it. You have to
every
analyze.
transaction from January to December.
Yes. Yes,
Also,
you have to analyze. That's why
if
most companies, as an accountant, you can actually do this on a monthly basis for your work not to be much. So on a monthly basis, you collect the
okay,
bank statements, you analyze and prepare the financials. So at the end of the year, you have already done the analysis on a monthly basis. It's just for you to consolidate.
yeah, yeah.
Do you
So
understand?
also, yeah, I understand. Is it possible to add 30 minutes to our time? Because I think this 1 hour is a bit short for us, so that we can finish what we started.
Okay, except I will create another link and you guys will join again.
Okay,
So
if possible, I don't know.
is the are we in support to that? So we can conclude these aspects.
I I think some people have left too. This decision we are making in the middle. Some people will not. Okay, let's see the opinion for others, sha. But I know some people have left, so that those one will not be left out of the important thing that I want to go into.
Okay, if you make any error, there's a question here. If you make any error during the analysis, so it is at the final point when you are preparing your trial balance that you know if you make any error. So we'll get to that point. You will know if your analysis is correct or not. So it's at when you are done with your trial balance, that's when you know if your analysis is wrong, right or wrong. All right. So we'll continue tomorrow from this from where we stop. Do have a good night rest.